From the beginning, we noticed Splinter skills. We would talk to school people about her tremendous memory, how she can remember every birthday and every holiday, who was there, what presents she received, what we ate for the meal. And when we would talk about those so-called Splinter skills, we were told that they weren't relevant. And what I've come to know is that Megan couldn't perform at that high level with her memory if she didn't have the IQ or the potential behind that skill. And that was more of an indication of her ability than any IQ test ever could be.
She has some astronomically high Splinter skills in the areas of reading, spelling, comprehension. We suspect that Jennifer reads at an extremely fast pace, and she also has a very high comprehension that goes with that. So on her last standardized testing of that sort, I think it was last year that occurred, she had some skills in the post-4-year college range, so they were shocking.
I write poetry. I have 3 whole notebooks, and I'm starting on my 4th. Meet me on a cloud, and I'll show you many things. I'll show you candy houses and horses that have wings. We'll go to a place where the good times never end. I'll do these things with you if you be my friend.
Oh, we would love for Jennifer to go on to college. She certainly has the intellect to go on to college and be quite successful in college. She'll need some supports, again with the time management and the organization, and we haven't worked out the details. I actually don't have a clue how that's going to happen. But I'd love to see that happen. I would love for Jennifer to be able to go to college.
Poetry expresses the way I feel towards certain stuff, I guess. And I guess it's just kind of a way, well, it's an outlet, and it really, if it weren't for poetry, I'd be in the nut house by now. Just trust me on that.
MATC is a Masonry Technical College. I go to the one by Turax, which is down by the airport, and I go to the one downtown.
We noticed when he was very young that his mechanical skills were way out there. His dad is an electrical engineer, and his dad would have this workshop with all sorts of radios and things like that were, kind of old radios, and Matt would just go down there with a screwdriver and take them apart and put them back together.
I have 2 classes going on right now, and I took many others. Do you want to hear the others?
Yes.
Well, the first class I took there was Vocational Math 1, and Communications. Then I started taking Vocational Math 2 and Human Relations Survey. Now I'm taking WordPerfect Intermediate for Windows and Windows 95. I was taking a WordPerfect regular class. I passed that and I did pretty good.
Oh, he was about 2.5, and gosh, what was it? His dad stopped at a gas station to get gas. Very quickly came back, and Matt had taken the speakers out of his Porsche. And his dad said, "Put those speakers back in," and he did.
Well, I was going to become an architectural drafter the very last point. But right now I'm considering doing data entry just to get warmed up for the classes there. I mean, for the jobs that I'm going to be going to in architectural drafting.
So his mechanical skills are terrific, and if I want anything fixed, I could definitely ask Matt to do it. His computer skills are very, very, very good too. He's always been not only interested, maybe obsessed with computers, and knows more about computers than the average person. He did have a computer evaluation done, as a matter of fact, and he really, what did they say now? They said that he did much better than the average graduated college or college graduate.
How do you like going to college?
I like going to college. It's wonderful because I feel like I accomplished things. And I like being with the other kids.
How do you like college in comparison to high school?
Well, college is a very nice, steady-paced place where the kids are all the same and they treat you very nice.
Chad is a very bright child. He can retain information. His qualities was his memory and the way he processes things was just at such lightning speed. And
what are some of the things you like to do in your spare time?
Well, you can tell him about what you do all night.
I'm not saying that.
Chad, one thing I'll say, Chad.
You can say I can play a computer, but not the games.
Yeah, Chad is, well, I'm just going to explain to them that Chad is very, I don't like to use the word secretive, but there's certain things about his life he does not like to share. But I will say there is some things that Chad really, truly enjoys, and he does it best when there's no distractions, and he used to stay up all night. His whole clock was shift, so he'd be up all night, go to school, sleep from 4 to 11, do his thing, without saying what it is, go to school and come back. Chad will probably end up in the computer industry somewhere, and that there's a lot of people out there that they work in their own projects, so socialization is a real key thing. And as long as you don't measure people with other people, their happiness, Chad is a very, very happy child in what he does. He's very futuristic, and he thought that someday he actually did a design of a teleporter underwater that people would go through once they reformulate their molecule. I thought this was good, though, because I think we could really use this.
You can't.
You can't? But it's a mind programming to where people would not steal.
Will you stop it?
Okay, I just thought that would be good. That's some good stuff.
Stop expressing my information.
Oh yeah, that's the whole key. He does not want me to give out his information, so I gotta be careful of that.
Maurice loves music. He loves to dance, and he's a good one. As he got older, he seemed to have calmed down quite a bit. Actually, he's a very good basketball player. You know, he sort of finds that one spot on the basketball court, and he just makes hoop after hoop.
Definitely math and sciences. He can catch on to things really quick. And I think that is almost a detriment at school, because then it gets boring for him and the rest of the kids are kind of catching up. Computer programming, I think he could be a very good programmer. He's very interested in game programming, video games. I don't know how to present him into that, but I think he'd be very good at that.
I want to learn how to program video games.
Is that kind of an area of career that you'd like to go into?
Yes.
And what actually would you like to do?
I'd like to be able to make my own video games and sell them and make some money off it.
Have you ever had any experience in doing anything like that?
Like, I've started practicing programming in QBasic.
He taught himself origami when he was 9, and we didn't even know he was doing it.
With the help of various origami books, I graduated from cranes to other figures. I can now make many kinds of animals and the most complex geometric models. I like the geometric models best because they have more math.
We had some craft books in the house, and he would pull them off periodically and look through them, and we didn't know why he was doing it. We just sort of didn't pay any attention. And one week, he was in the corner by where these craft books were, and we thought he was working on one of his Legos that was giving him a problem. Because every once in a while he'd yell, "I'll never get it right, I can't do it, I'll never get it right." And calm down, Matt, you'll be fine. You know, we thought he was working on Lego. And one day he walked out of the corner and he was holding the crane. He was holding an origami crane. But also he's moved on to other things, so he doesn't really like to do origami that much anymore. Last year he got interested in the gods of Egypt. Who knows why? And we don't know where this came from, this absolute intense interest in hairless dogs. And that has, we don't know why hairless dogs, but my husband and I are cat people. We have a hairless dog now.